Hey guys, welcome back. We are doing another channeled message, intuitive message. It's your girl, Lati here at Tears and Wheat Tarot. And yeah, we have been pulling cards. Which crystal we need here is yours? This one. Okay. We did a couple readings, you know, just to check in, see how everybody was doing, check out the field, the energy in the field. So the last reading was really heavy. It's about an hour reading. It's a heavy reading. So if you are into it, spending that time, please go back and check it out. It is definitely picking back up on that energy of someone who, or those of us who are going through this period of grief, in that cycle of grief, and looking for ways to connect in the spirit to be able to process and move through uh, those stages of grief, right? And really was feeling that, and just was wanting to bring some messages for, I guess, peace of heart and mind, and knowing that from our space of light, like, we can affect change. You know, it felt like this energy had experienced loss of someone who had been gone too soon. And maybe there's something we can do in that from a light work perspective. I always think about what we can do to empower ourselves, and what can we do to help our other we. What can we do to love each other better and support each other, where we are not continuing to perpetuate these same cycles that are just not for our highest good. It's just not for our highest good. So I asked the infinite intelligence to help bring us some messages. Not that I was just being guided to bring messages, but again, I'm a helping person. And I just wanted to see if the spirit would offer some advice to us as a field, and what we could do and lean into to move through this space. And spirit says, dreaming a new world into being. When things crumble down and those tower moments happen, it gives us the space to envision something new. Um, the releasing of the past is a very, very difficult, especially when it comes to a person, a child, a kiddo. Um, how do you dream a new world into being when you don't have something that's so significant? The ability to see the world without that piece is limited, is bound, right? We are locked up in that space, and to come out and see that, again, we are pixels, right? If we look at analog to digital to 720, 1080, then 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, OLED, etc. It all is just like zeroing in to get a clearer picture, right? Really giving us a fullness of depth, of vibrancy, and layers that you really didn't get a chance to appreciate. And oftentimes grief brings us to a place of that appreciation. Like, you don't see something for what it is until you've lost it. Like, that's what they say. You don't appreciate your water till the well runs dry. Well, with a person, it could be many things. You could be the most attentive parent or person on the world, and show appreciation in every day. But even still, that loss makes you appreciate even more, right? It makes you treasure the moments that you had even more. And the The ability to dream a new world or see something new after that could be limiting. It could be hard, right? And I think that Spirit wants to remind us that life will go on and new things will be created, and you can be a part of that newness, right? You can dig into that creativity and see how is it that we use these tears to create testimonies. And the testimony is in the new space, right? It's after you have come through and you can see how all of these things came together. Is the pain there? Yes, it is. And it is what catalyzes the change. But we are not called to suffering. And suffering is relieved when we are able to see ourselves renewed and refreshed. Spirit says, just say yes. Yeah. Sometimes surrenderance is all that we need. And the ability to just say yes to me is the epitome of surrenderance. Yes, I accept that this is the now. This is what is. And yes, I will need to be different. Yes, I will evolve. Yes, I will change. Yes, I can persevere. Yes, I am tenacious. Yes, I am still here. Those basic truths will help you create the new world, your new way of being, your new way of operating. Spirit says, just say yes. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything else here? The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you and not to you. Now that's a word, but it's a hard word in certain times because at certain times you can't say, oh, it's not just happening for me. No, you feel like it's happening to you. And it's not for a very long while, if ever, you can see how it happened for you. But maybe this is why. How are you being called to step up and lead? Are you being called to do something to affect change? To ensure that what you felt isn't going to happen to somebody else? That like you can try and help every other incident that this could occur in. I want to stop them. I want to reduce the amount of times that the incidents of this occurring over and over and over again. And you can do that. You can. This tear will turn into a testimony, and you will be powerful in affecting change. But only if you can come out of that grief cycle. If you come out, if you allow yourself to go with the waves and come down and let them flow and come out, moving from a space of blame and accepting responsibility, taking on responsibility. Nothing gives life but source, and nothing takes life but source. If that life is supposed to be here, it will be. It will be. And if it's supposed to go early at whatever time, because it's not early, it's divine timing. And yeah, uh, source will decide. And there is a legacy. There is still something remaining. All is not lost. It's not lost. It's not. Break the chain. Yeah. Rewriting the future is what I'm picking up here. So if you can see that, break the chain. Rewriting the future. Ancestral patterns in healing. Healing. Healing, yes. And rewriting the future, that is the birthing a new age, rewriting the future. Something happened. that caused the past to fall away. Now you need to heal and you need to rewrite the future. This could also be something to do with ancestral patterns, right? Maybe you're called to break the pattern, to break the chain. Yeah, you could be that one to be to yeah, divine orchestration, helpers in the realm. Whatever this is was divinely orchestrated, and you are going to be the one to help others in the field to prevent this thing from having to reduce it, so that so many others don't go through the same thing. There's a service here. There's a service in your testimony. That the tear of this situation has a testimony. And to get to the testimony, the link is the service. Know that it's divinely orchestrated. This is much bigger than what you may realize. Again, birthing a whole new age, another new thing. And in order for that to happen, you have to activate your light. Use that emotion, that hurt, that anger, that pain to activate. Let it propel you. Use it as fuel. Yes, creating heaven on earth is happening. Yes, you use it for fuel to create, to move forward, to persevere, and then to affect change, so that wheat does not continue to experience this particular tear. Yeah, we can recognize it and we can shine a spotlight on it and change the energy in the field so that we can affect it and birth a whole new scenario. We can break the ancestral pattern. We can do that. We can heal. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? I think that just speaks to what work it is that we need to do. Establishing a boundary, putting in some guidelines, putting in some change. You know, maybe whatever this individual had gone through requires boundary setting, affecting change, changing another way where others, again, are not going to go through the same thing. Is there anything else from that? No, I didn't feel it. I set the deck down. I set the deck down before I even asked. I wasn't feeling it. I felt like it was done. Yeah. We got some Archangel Michael here. Just to close this out, we got a couple cards flying out. Oh goodness, I can't even pick it up. It's so heavy. If that wasn't the hardest time I had to pick up a card, new beginnings and fresh start. We were sitting up here talking about rewriting the future, dreaming a new world, birthing new creations, new beginnings and a fresh start. This is about change, about how one tragedy can ignite so much change. I think about the mothers back in the day who banded together, mad mothers against drunk driving. I think it was like an incidence of one child being taken, and this parent was like, no more. No. And they got together and they band together and organized and changed the laws across the country. Now there's a focus on drunk driving and what it does and the loss of life that it affects. But it comes from people giving rise and voice to their anger, to that emotion, to start new beginnings, a fresh start. I predict we're going through a great reset anyway. This is a great reset. Financial policy is going to get ready to change. Money is going to change. You know, our currency, how we see things flow, is going to change. How we see it, how we perceive it, our utility of it is going to change. And that's born out of pain, out of suffering, out of not suffering, but grief. The cycles of grief that put us in a changed position. Yes. Yeah. Spirit says, is that right? Yeah. The person that you're asking about is trustworthy. I don't know if that's someone for someone or if that's connected or not. I don't know how I feel with that. I just feel like it's for somebody. So the person that you're asking about is trustworthy. If you're asking about me, Spirit says I'm trustworthy. If you're asking about somebody else, Spirit says they're trustworthy. If you're asking about spirit and if what I'm saying is true, then that's trustworthy. Yes. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. That's for somebody as well. Again, these situations bring us to a point of activism, of activity. It ignites your passion. It ignites emotion in you. It brings you to a point of either anger or frustration, right? Something that's going to make you move, something that's going to make you put motion behind this thing. So we can, again, break those patterns, break the chain. Break the chain. And you have the strength and tenacity to do it. The Spirit is with you. You are trustworthy. And maybe you're supposed to partner with somebody you don't know that person is trustworthy and not. Spirit says they are. The person that you're asking about, they're trustworthy. Just keep your eyes on your targeted intention. It's guarded and protected. Yeah. Not only are you guarded and protected, but whatever initiative you have in order to ignite this change, to affect change, to break the ancestral patterns, to heal, rewrite the future, to bring about something new, to use this situation as a catalyst so that others don't suffer. Yeah, yeah, it's guarded and protected. The Spirit is going to protect you in that. Yes, because you are working to make sure that others don't suffer. And it pulls you out of suffering. You will not suffer and others won't suffer because you choose to affect change. You choose to heal. You choose to rewrite the future. You choose to break the chains. You know that it's happening for you and not just to you. You're the person that it happened to so that you can make sure it doesn't happen to somebody else. Detach from the situation, which is hard as the when you going through it. How can you attach to something detach from something that feels so personal? But know that you are called to do a work. And this is the catalyst. I ask you to see your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. It is. It is. Peace is there. Peace and happiness is at the end of the situation, but it is born out of service. The catalyst will push you to service. The catalyst will push you into purpose. It will be it will be purpose from that pain. Does the pain come first? Sure, yes. The pain and the uncomfortability, the grief comes first. But if you are able to go through it, to persevere, to see how is it that I can use this fuel to help other weak, is there. It's there. It's protected. It's guarded. And then you will be able to detach in a way that allows you to serve. But you got to get there. Have confidence, Spirit said. Confidence. Confidence in knowing that you are a part of a grand design. You and your loved ones a part of this design. Can we say what it's for? No, I don't know. I don't have the all the I don't have the answers. But can I say that I'm a pixel in this grand picture? I am. And since I'm a pixel in this picture, I'm in the weeds of it. And because I'm in the weeds, I'm not able to pull back up to that eagle eye big picture perspective and see from a higher perspective as to how all of this works out. How a mother who lost a child to drunk driving organized in such a way to cause national change that reduced the amount of children who were lost to drunk driving for decades on end since that loss, creating legacy. Legacy. Does that bring back her vessel? No. But is there a purpose fulfilled in that loss of legacy created where appreciation flows and you prevent others, other wheat? Yes. If you could pull back into a high perspective and see how that flows out, you may be willing to take up the charge. You may be willing to have that baton passed to you. You may be strong enough to carry it and pass it on to the next person who will have to carry that work forward because it didn't begin with you and it's not going to end with you. But to be in that fight, it's going to cause you to detach, to keep your eyes on that targeted intention so that we can birth a new beginning and a fresh start. Knowing that everything that you do is guarded and protected. And the only thing that you need to do to hold on to truly, confidence. Confidence that you are a part of a bigger grand design and that the work of your hands will be monumental. It can help affect change for so many people. And it will change you too, You are forever changed. You will not be the same. And the work that you do will be beneficial and helpful to others. I thank you so much. And Spirit gave us this one last card, y'all. Just know this. At the end of the day, know this. The source, whether you say God, source, most high, however you call, and I'm speaking to the source, that which created all things, not referring to any messenger. I'm referring to our source and the principal thing that created us all, the intelligence of source. That intelligence designs and syncopates all things. Nothing is coincidence. Nothing is by chance. Everything is design. Everything is design. I pray that you know that, receive that with everything. And if you're asking about source, know this. Oh, it's trustworthy. It's trustworthy. We may not understand it, but we can trust it. And that's faith. When you trust without understanding, that's faith. Yeah, it is. And I thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And I pray that these messages reach those who are they're supposed to reach, that the spirit of intelligence magnetizes you to these messages and that they resonate. And then those who resonate, take it. And those that it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Grief is not an easy thing to move through, and all of us go through grief at some time, right? And whether it's grief over a person, a relationship, a self identity, a lifestyle, whatever the case may be, know that there is work on the other side, that it happens to build you, to build something else, and you will be a part of that building. You will affect that change. You are an agent in that change, and your service is important, is needed. Your service is required in order to ensure that the other side, the testimony from this tear, materializes. I pray that you, in the spirit, are able to receive um, what you need in order to get there. And Source will be there with you every step of the way. You are always engulfed in the light. You are always wrapped in the love and the comfort of Source. Always. It is always with you. You can never be separated from it. You are not alone in this walk. You have company. You have support. You have counsel. You have comfort. It is here. I pray my highest good for you. Highest good. Until the next time, guys, with your girl Lati here on Tears and Wheat Tarot, where we look at the tears and see how they are affecting you, projecting to you, so that you can dig into your purpose. You can recognize them and move that pain into your purpose. And know that at the end of the day, Source is in charge. Always. Always. Until the next time, y'all. Ashe.